Hey now, what you are about to hear is a free preview of one of this week's premium episodes of The Dumb Zone. If you would like to hear this program in full, along with the full archive, If you would like to hear this program in full with the archive of all of our past episodes, you can subscribe at dumbzone.com. All right, Mike Soroy.
Yo.
Your time to shine.
I'm on camera, Jake, so chin is jutted forward, eyes are smoldering.
Oh, smoldering. I was doing it in my car mirror today, and I was like, boy, I think I can get these smoldering. But I was saying smoky. He taught me how to take a picture at our party the other night.
Yeah.
You
I
always,
watched a whole YouTube
if it's
video
from front on, he watched, as he just
basically
said.
every photo you take, right, you jet your chin forward like an insane amount. Like, look from the side, it looks stupid, but when you're straight on, it gives you a Hollywood jawline, and you smolder the eyes, and you look amazing.
It kind of eliminates your chin a little bit, if you just kind of push forward.
See, I've always read you put your tongue on the roof of your mouth, and that gets rid of your throat fat.
I think that could help as well. But all you need is chin out the whole way, and then look at that.
The smoldering eyes is kind of like, what does that guy know? Maybe something, maybe nothing, but whatever it is, you don't know.
Yeah.
Dan,
exactly.
It's like this. It's like,
and you're going to look great in every picture.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do. I have a football question for you guys. So my beautiful girlfriend's birthday is December 16th, and I don't have anything for her. And I'm scrambling, and I was like, would she like a vacation down to Houston, Texas, where the Miami Dolphins play the Texans the day before her birthday?
I think every little girl grows up.
Sorry, Houston is beautiful this time of year. I think you should go.
Every little girl grows up wanting to see
someday,
an eliminated and barely hanging on AFC team at NRG Stadium.
Like, surprise! Jump in the car. We got 5.5 hours. It reminds me of a Simpsons callback when Homer got Marge a bowling ball for her birthday with the name Homer written on it.
A classic, indeed.
All right, I made some money fading the Cowboys, and it's a hard one, you're right, with Cincy being kind of out of it, but they're playing well, and I kind of feel like they're better in their record. Whatever. I'm taking Cincy to -5.5, which that line I didn't love when I saw it, but we're taking it. We're also, unfortunately, and I agree with Jake on the knockout rules, because technically I won the knockout league in week 2, and it should have just been over, which I'm not bragging about, because that's not that good, but I'm fresh out of teams. So I will take the Cincinnati Bengals as my knockout team this week, which I don't love again, but hopefully they get it done. And then triple, it all comes down to this, and I'm not going to lie, I don't know shit about this team, but Sappy will like this is a find the sharp money and chase it. And we're going to the MAC championship, Miami of Ohio. They started the week -1. I think like 90% of the money dumped on them, and then it went up to 1.5, and ultimately -2. But I think we have it at -1.5. So give me Miami, Ohio, -1.5 as the trippy trip.
Get that Action Network membership to pay for itself.
Right, of course.
At $2.99 a month for the Pro Report.
I haven't seen Jared Sandler forever. Hi, Jared.
What's up, Mike?
That's my brother. So you asked for volunteers for your Sunday event, and I was like, you know what? I would like to do that, but it's on effing football Sunday, which I'm sure you're well aware, so I am not going to be volunteering.
First time you've heard that?
I appreciate you considering it very strongly, though, Mike. Thank you.
I saw it. I'm like, dude, I'll go shag balls or do whatever he needs done. I want to help out a little bit.
And then you realize it's a Sunday.
Yeah, I checked my calendar, and then so I can't do it.
Maybe you don't think that you and the missus would want to come, and for her birthday, that'd be the birthday outing, is volunteer and instead of NRG.
Meet Elvis Andrews.
Yeah.
I think her heart is set on seeing Tank Dell in person.
You get her a customized jersey, too, to celebrate.
Right. Yeah. We're locked.
Blake, is there any chance we need a pause? Are we going to run out of time here? Or we good?
I think we can plow through.
Okay. Then I'll go and let Chappie go last. I do think there's some tasty games to perhaps bet on this week. I like Tampa against Vegas because I think Vegas is really trying hard for that first pick. And I was going to pick Minnesota, but I'm going to just take them as my knockout. They take on Atlanta. They're favored by 5. What, 5.5? Yeah, 6.5. And I was about to pick. So my Cowboy pick, Bengals. I agree with Blake. I think the Bengals are going to pour on the points, and it's going to look like one of those blowouts that we've been accustomed to seeing, where at halftime, like Chris Gronkowski is just telling the stories during our live stream because the game is over. I was about to pick Arizona for my triple play. They are favored by 2 at home against Seattle. Rivalry game, important game for the division. But I am looking at the standings, and I'm trying to win this thing, Chappie. And I see that Mike Soroy is currently 5 games ahead of me. And I could certainly make a 3-game gap closure if I just went against him on his triple play. And I support
this works out for you.
The real Bobcats, the real OU, established well before Oklahoma, probably was even a state. Ohio University taking on their rival in the MAC, the Miami Wolfhawks, because they changed their name. They used to be the Redskins.
Yeah.
Give me the Ohio University Bobcats.
All right.
O-H-I-O-O-H-I-O.
I love it.
Are you ready for this, Roy?
It's a Dan versus Soroy.
I am. He knows so much.
Little action.
Now I'm scared. All the sharp money in the world can't offset the wisdom of Dan McDowell when it comes to.
Blaine, Blake, you took Miami, right? Is that what you said?
Dolphins.
No.
I took
Miami of Ohio.
Oh.
No, he
Soroy
didn't.
did.
Oh, okay.
Soroy.
Do you know who their quarterback is?
No.
Brett Gabbert.
The son of?
No, the brother of Blaine Gabbert. Doesn't he seem like a little too old to have a brother who's a
pedigree?
That's why I said son.
Yeah,
how old is
weird.
Blaine Gabbert?
Not that. I mean, it's just weird.
Okay.
I'm excited for you guys getting a little action.
Yeah, why not? I don't think Ohio won more than 2 games any year I was there.
Yeah.
But they're back, baby. Chappie.
Okay, I'll make it quick, Blake, so you don't get run over here.
Take your time.
I'm going to take the Cowboys in the 5.5, and I think it's either going to be a runaway with the Delta being like, why is anybody even watching the game, or the Bengals defense is horrible. I mean, it's freaking horrible, and Cooper Rush is moving the ball. Now, it's not the last 2 teams they beat. I get it. But the reason the Bengals are in close games is because for every touchdown Burrow throws, they give one right back up on the defense. And if you give me over a field goal, I don't know. I like my chances. I'm taking the Cowboys in 5.5. I'm with you, son. I'm taking the Steelers as my knockout. I've got a few good teams left in the pocket. Blake, I actually like the way y'all do this.
Thank
I
you.
mean, it still makes it competitive every week, because if you're a jacklag and you just burn all your good candy up at the front, what you're going to have is pits and seeds on the back end, baby.
That's right.
I mean,
Eat your vegetables first.
life is about timing. It's not about luck. It's timing, son.
Okay, I got you, Pops.
I'm going to take the Steelers at home.
Yep.
They're not going to lose twice to the Bears.
Browns.
And Winston does like throwing the ball to people with the wrong color jerseys.
Yeah, but he prayed for that to stop happening.
He delivered.
It might be delivered from
He
it.
can also throw 400 yards. But I like the Steelers as my knockout. Here's the one I'm going to drop your panties on. I'm going to go out on the West Coast, and I'm going to take the Bears +4 against 49ers. I'm going to tell you right now.
Oh.
Since I'm looking at
49ers are favored by 4?
Yes, they are. And let me tell you something. November 17th, the Bears lost to the Packers by 1 point. The next week, they lost to the Vikings by 3 points. The next week, which was Thanksgiving week, they lost to the Lions by 3 points, which got Uberfield fired. They have been in more games.
Rolling.
Wait a minute. Uberless.
No,
Yeah, that's
no. Hold on. Let's
Yeah,
let him
he's
keep
right.
trying.
Uberfield.
No.
What is
Warmer?
it? What is it, Shell? let's see. Uberless. Nope.
I could listen to this all day.
Keep going. Change the
Actually,
first vowel.
right now this is stick, so I got to move on.
Give him the first letter is E.
There
I
you go.
got
Okay.
that. I said Uberfield.
Nope.
Oh, you changed it to ew that time.
Uberfield.
E.
I'm sorry, somebody's at the door. Let me finish that. Anyway, you know, they went backwards. Hang on, guys. They went backwards when they got beat on the last play against the Commanders, and you know, part of their team was visiting with the crowd.
That did not help.
They lost that game, and they lost 2 more after that. And since then, he's right back to doing what he's doing, which is he needs some coaching and some leadership. And I think you're going to get a 1-game bump from an interim coach. By the way, to finish, San Francisco has no left tackle. They don't have either one of their running backs. They're both completely gone for the year. Kittle's hurt. So, yeah, I'm going to take the Bears +4 for my lock of the week triple play.
All right. So
Wait, Eberfield.
no.
One more time. Come on. You got this, Chappie.
Eberstein.
All right, let me just hear
Eberhusen.
one person say it right.
No.
Well, that's
Blake.
You put me in a bad spot, Chappie.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody. Oh,
No,
we're
no,
about
no,
to
no,
run
no,
out
no,
of
no,
time.
I'm still going
Yeah,
down.
no,
The
we
Zoom
gotta
is running out
go.
of
We
time.
have to go.
Zoomers
We
running out of
have
time.
to go.
It's Eberflus, Chappie.
Yay!
Pussy.
Eberflus.
All right. Thank you,
Ah,
everyone.
no.
I'm rooting against everyone. I'm not going to lie like Chappie and say that he's rooting for everybody. I want everybody else to lose but me.
Dan, I want everybody I ever see on this screen to go 0-5. I'm not going to lie.
See you,
Okay.
Dad.
There you go.
Bye, Mike.
Thanks, guys.
Bye, boys. Love you.
See you later.
There we go.
That was a wild ride. That's not like a new thing. He's not losing his mental faculties. He's routinely had words he just mispronounces, and no matter how many times I tell him it's not Tanny Hill,
That's all right.
he just sticks with it.
It's that time of the
Ryan
month.
Tanny Hill.
It's time for the Dumb Zone's
Interman?
monthly
Interman.
business review. And
Yeah.
now the king of all note takers, here's Blake Jones.
Well, Jared, you get to witness the November MBR.
I'm pumped.
It's always been a dream of yours, hasn't
I
it?
negotiated that
Interman.
in my deal.
Yeah. So, let's take a look back at the month of November, check in on some of the lists, play you some audio, and let's begin with what we normally begin with, and that is bad bits. And we're gonna go back to November 19th, when Dan brought us the story of John Stamos wearing a bald cap for Dave Collier, who had cancer.
Yeah.
Dave Coulier. Chappie.
Damn, I suck.
This show is off. Yeah, that was a terrible bit. I mean, like I said, I think if you shave your head, maybe. Good bit. Which, again, if you're John Stamos, you know that hair is coming back. It's not that big of a risk. You shave the head if you want to support your cancer friend.
He did have to purchase the bald cap. So.
Oh,
Yeah, but
so
what's
an
that to
actor was somehow able to get a hold of a prop?
No, I'm agreeing. It's
But it's
I
also
brought it to the
better than
table.
what we thought, which was that he photoshopped himself into the picture. At least Dave Collier
He did. Coulier.
supported that, he was actually there.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at Dan's other jobs.
Oh, Hunk, do you know his Dave Coulier's Kempspin?
Alanis Morissette?
Okay, yeah.
Of course.
All right, just want to make sure.
Come on, dude. What do you think? You
I
think
didn't
you're at the Y?
I know that you're not amateur.
some shots?
I just wanted to make sure. Sorry.
Do you know how many bases are in a baseball? Like this is Jake. You're dealing with Jake here.
I know.
What, that song
Yeah.
is about him?
Yeah. She was,
You ought to know.
yeah. She blew him at a movie theater.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah.
Gave him cancer.
Well,
Yeah.
that actually is what Michael Douglas says happened to him, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
That he got the mouth and throat cancer from Catherine Zeta-Jones's vagina.
Mark that down, Blake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Dan's other jobs.
Yeah.
On November 7th, we kicked around Dan as a juror. Like
I would love to be a juror.
it would always be hung on him.
Yeah, that would be very, very frustrating. I mean, the most common question I get is just like, "What's going on with Dan?" Like, I met Dan. What's going on with Dan? I'm like, I don't know what to tell you, bro. And just that happening, like in my mind, I want him not on just some petty thing, though.
Right. It's clear cut that this guy murdered this other person. But
Right.
he's like, we don't.
He's
really
eating
wanna
an
put him
apple.
a-
He's
wanna
eating
put
an
him away.
apple while someone else makes an impassioned plea.
Yeah.
His feet up on the table.
November 25th, Dan in the Army.
Yep, I feel like we've done that one before.
And then just a few days ago on the 27th, Dan in prison.
Like as a prisoner? Or like I work there? You said Dan's other jobs.
I think Dan is a prisoner.
That one would not go poorly for him. That one would go very poorly for me, but I could see a way where he ends up kind of in charge.
Yeah, he's got neck tattoos and...
He wouldn't need to conform. They would just realize, like, okay, we'll go to this guy. Meanwhile, I'd be getting lipsticked hard. There's no doubt about that.
I feel like rehab maybe taught you how to fit in.
I'm too pretty, though.
Jeez.
It's true. I look like, I don't look like a man. I look like a child.
Let's see.
Things Dan and Jake want.
All right, November 7th, Jake wants to go on a ride-along.
No one offered. I actually thought after I put that out there that I would get a slew of responses, and I got none. And I respect all of you out there.
You want to go on a police ride-along.
But I want to go where there's, like, I want to see some action.
Yeah.
So it needs to be...
I mean, we both know pretty well a South Lake cop. That's not what you're talking about.
No.
Now, he's seen some pretty serious stuff, but no, that was kind of, I think, a one-off.
You want to ride along
Right.
in Dallas.
Yeah.
Same day, Jake wants to learn how to play chess.
I got a list of things, man. That's on there.
Why? Because it seems smart?
It seems like it's one of those things. Basically, you know how Dan is always talking about he's taking measures to live longer, or
Yeah.
at least to be healthy when he gets old? I'm really afraid of dementia. And much like with your body, probably none of it matters. It's really just random genetics and luck. But I think of things like piano or whatever, reading, writing, as things that will make me not a complete...
Like, does it keep your brain active?
And I think there's some
Like-
research that shows that, yeah.
Is just playing bubble pop instead of Words with Friends make you more likely to have dementia?
I think it does.
This is your theory.
Yeah, I've just seen stuff about like instruments and things like that stimulate your brain. So I think chess would do that.
I don't know if you meant this, Dan, but on November 7th, Dan wants to be the heir of a chili throne.
I think that was in relation to Jane Slater,
Right, but...
who has a lot of Hormel money coming her way.
Yeah.
That's a true story.
Actually, I wouldn't mind some Hormel money either. November 27th, Jake wants to be a guy who says he doesn't take no for an answer.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. I mean, that's kind of... I'm becoming that guy based on the dry cleaner story.
Yeah. And then finally, Jake wants Dan and Movie's daughter to watch dinosaurs.
I think she'd like it a lot. I think she would get it.
Where do you find it?
You know what? I found it recently, and it might be Hulu. But it's either Hulu or the actual ABC app. Let's see. Oh, okay. It's on Disney now. Or Disney Plus, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dinosaurs.
Yes. From 1991.
Never even heard of it. I've heard of it because of the internet.
Yeah, I mean, it looks really funny because they're not animatronic, but it's not animated. It's whatever else that is. Do you know what I'm talking about, Jared? Like what you would call that sort of TV show? Like they're wearing costumes?
Like Barney? Like...
Yeah, like have you never seen the show Dinosaurs?
I don't think so.
Oh, damn. Either one of y'all? Not familiar? Okay. Screw me. But like it looks like this, right? Like what do you call that?
Oh, okay.
I don't know, but
Bananimated?
I think it's Bananimated, Julie. But there are very serious themes. Unlike Superman.
Time capsule.
All right. A couple claims here. I need to make sure that Dan will stick to his side because I'm for sure sticking to mine. If we get to 15,000 paid subs, I will get a Playboy tattoo on my ass, and Dan will get an Anchor tattoo on his bicep.
That's easy. If either one of you back off of that.
Sure.
You're in?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm still in.
Yeah.
November 14th, Jake thinks LeBron will go to space one day. I think it's a pretty solid call.
Yeah. The only thing stopping him is he has to, like, performatively hate Elon Musk. Right? Because Elon's Trump and LeBron's, you can't have anything to do with that. But somehow, some way, LeBron's going to space.
So Jake predicted that?
Yes.
Okay, because my guy named Jack, who will send me a Blake MBR, said that you predicted it on the 14th.
No,
was
Jake
me.
said it first, and
Okay.
I said that was a good call, and I hate that we're doing that again. November 8th, Jake thinks the Metroplex will extend to Oklahoma within 15 years. I think you're way off.
7 years?
50.
50?
It's going to take a long time. A lot of land up there.
How long ago was it? Okay, so I was in 2003.
But now, of course, you think Prosper is Metroplex, right?
Yeah.
And in 03, it was a field.
Dude, in 2003, Frisco had one high school.
What do we got now?
We went up 10?
8, I think it's like in the teens.
Yeah.
20 years ago, they had one high school. When we went up there, I was like, where are we? And why are they still called the Coons? And now they've changed the name, and they have a dozen high schools.
I know, but at least those places, it's 30 to 45 minutes from Dallas. I mean, there's a lot of land north of Melissa and Anna and Denton.
Yeah, but
It's going to
think
take
of
a
it this
long
way.
time.
Once you have like an actual downtown in Prosper, and now there'll be people who just work in Prosper, well, they live in whatever's above Prosper. And that continues.
That's going
right?
to take longer than 15 years.
Well, we'll just have to agree to disagree
and that's why I
on
wrote
this
it down
one.
for time capsule.
You know how everyone says that the DFW market's the largest to not have a second professional sports team in a league? Like, New York's got
right.
two.
Yeah, yeah.
Do we ever get
I could see that.
a professional sports team up north?
I could see that. I could definitely see that with basketball.
I mean, a lot of politics involved in that.
How many basketball teams have that, though? Are there any? No.
What do you mean, L.A.?
L.A.
New York.
Yeah, so
L.A., New York,
I guess
Brooklyn,
I
New
forget
York.
about Brooklyn. Yeah, so it's just those?
I mean, yeah, San Fran and Sacramento aren't too far away, but that's far enough away to be different.
It'll depend
Again,
on where
the
the
politics of it,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
baseball won't let another team,
Right.
the local owner will fight it hard.
And on one hand, I always thought, like, obviously Jerry would fight that and Cuban would fight that, but Cuban's out of the game.
Yeah.
I mean, when Jerry's not going to be here forever, would Jerry Jr.'s fight be as strong?
He'll be here forever.
He will, yeah. He'll outlive us all.
For those that say we never follow up with the time capsule, I've got
Oh,
this.
here's a guy reacting to Reddit
Oh,
or whatever.
comments.
Who looks at the comments?
I should just made that up so I could transition into this because this is audio I have from
this
February
guy who doesn't read the comments doesn't care about the listener.
February 1st. This is from viewer mail.
Oh, here's one that's not a birthday. Dear Dan, let Jake know he is 100% spot on about UT not being ready for the rough and tumble SEC, as evidenced by what happened to them earlier this year when they went on the road to Alabama and got slapped around so hard that they won by double digits. LOL. We get that the horns down thing is dumb, but let's not pretend they're SMU or something. From Matt.
Okay, Matt, email us in a year when you're 6-6.
Last I saw, Texas 11-1.
Yeah, no, trust me. There's few groups of people who are more never forget than college football fans, and it's been a lot in the last month for sure. I do think that their record is misleading, but their record is their record.
Yeah, they didn't.
They
I like
play
Texas.
anybody.
Yeah, they didn't go through like the rough and tumble SEC. The best team they faced, they got manhandled,
Yeah,
and they'll play them again tomorrow.
yeah. And remember, all those kids were going to get arrested for throwing those bottles and charged, right? I don't think any of them got in any trouble.
No, the last thing I saw was they couldn't identify any of them.
So yeah, I don't think they're a normal 11-1 SEC team.
Hey,
who's their best win? Like, so Oklahoma ended up being okay-ish, I guess. Vanderbilt, they beat 27-24.
Michigan, maybe?
Michigan sucks.
Yeah. No, I know.
I'll go back into the time capsule and say, asterisk, only if they play all of the good teams in the SEC will Texas go 6-6. You're right. I should have clarified.
But hold on. He also mentioned SMU in there, like SMU's.
Oh, yeah.
And SMU's.
The guy's like, no, let's not act
they're
like
also-
SMU's going to have a first-round bye.
11-1.
They're not, yeah.
Jake has a buddy.
All right.
Jake has a buddy. On November 11th, Jake has a buddy who had a lizard and a bird.
Yeah. I had two buddies who had that. One of them was the chinchilla guy.
Jake has a buddy who is named Dr. Chuck Berry, who told him to get toilet paper in February of 2020.
Perry, but...
Chuck Berry, did he say?
Yeah. Do you know who Chuck Berry is, Blake?
The poo-poo guy?
Sure.
And Jake has a buddy whose wife found a shitty hotel bar in Fort Worth they would go to the night before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was a great time.
I know you hate this list, but would you be interested in Dan Has a Buddy?
I would. Because he does it all the time, and for whatever reason, I never see you doing...
November 26th, Dan has a buddy who got a demotion at work while his boss was eating an apple.
Ah, yes. You know who it is, but I won't tell you live here. Not live to tape.
Was it Heart Attack Man?
I just told you I'm not going to tell you.
Do you have another guess?
The Roseanne Bar.
3 additions to the Roseanne Bar this month.
Hell yeah.
This one hurts because on November 7th we added Mike Leach.
Yes. Definite Roseanne.
Do you remember somebody emailed us and said, watch Hawktua Girl for potential Roseanneism?
Yeah.
Like 15, 20 years from now?
You could see it. It
And now
happens
look
a lot
at
in the
Hawktua
South.
Girl.
Going to prison?
In trouble, yeah.
Gonna have to talk to a judge.
Vince Neil.
Yeah,
November 12th.
that's a slam dunk.
And Steve Bannon
Yep.
on November 27th.
Yeah, he might be the best one.
A couple anchored phrases for you. Good Samaritan.
Yeah, you
ever
know
heard-
what? My friend Jared,
Samaritan.
shitty Samaritan.
Average Samaritan.
Rungs on a ladder. Unabated to the quarterback. And come
Yeah.
to fruition.
So I'm out on the freeway the other day, and this jerk's not even looking. He just veers unabated into my lane.
We have a Words with Dan entry from this month.
But yeah, I as you know, last week I fell in love with a Kroger receptionist, or whatever you call the lady at the...
Listen, bud, I got...
Cashier.
Okay, I'll go Kroger receptionist. The produce sommelier.
Kroger receptionist.
We all knew what I meant.
The Dumbs.